Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Stephanie and welcome any new people and welcome back you regular watchers. Today I've got an exciting video for you guys. I'm going to be doing a first impression of a foundation, and the foundation is Max Factor Face Finity All Day Flawless 3-in-1 Foundation, Primer, Concealer and Foundation in one, and it looks like this. So I seen this in Boots and I was like, oh, this is a 3-in-1, it does everything. I was like, this is super exciting, I really want to buy this and give it a shot to see actually can you just wear this by itself, you don't need a primer, you don't need a concealer. I thought actually this would be a really quick foundation if it does all that it says it does. So I thought I'd give it a go, give it a first impressions and see how it works out. So I'll give you a little bit of detail on the foundation. So the foundation is $12.99 and I am in shade beige, number 55, and it's got SPF 20 and it's a lasting foundation which is all day high coverage matte finish that helps oil absorption and minimises non-volatilities on the skin surface. So it's meant to be full coverage, lasting all day, and act as the 3-in-1 as well as having the high SPF. I think for $12.99 it's a little bit of a higher price point for Boots or Superdrug compared to say something like Rimmel or something like Collection. So for drugstore price it's a little bit more expensive, but I feel like I'm excited to give it a go. So guys, if you do like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and I'll get started with the tutorial. So on half of my face I'm going to prime, and I got this Max Factor Face Finity All Day Primer Extensive Wear off your foundation, and this also has SPF 20. So I'm going to pop a primer, so first time using this, it's quite a white sort of moisturising looking primer. So I'll pop that on this side of my face and we will keep the other side primer free, as the foundation does say that it acts as a primer. That primer is feeling nice on the skin. It feels like quite silky, so your skin feels very smooth and it's not too sticky, but it feels like it's evening out your skin tone, like your skin texture feel, which is nice. So on to the star of the show, which is this foundation. So I'm going to just pump it on the back of my hand and apply with my fingers. So I'm just going to put it on, drawing it on, putting most of it on the centre of the face, and then we will blend out. Right away I can feel it feels quite nice liquidy consistency, but still enough coverage. I can see this giving a good coverage because the way it's coming out, it's got a lot of pigment, which I like. And shade wise they had, I think, and now I'm putting it on the side with no primer. There was quite a few shades. I think there's maybe like 10 to 12 shades. So there was very fair, and then they had some more darker colours as well, which is good. And they had some that had more red undertone and some a little bit more neutrally golden. So I did a little bit more of a golden undertone. So now I will blend out using my Morphe M439 brush. I'm going to blend out on this side with no primer first, and just buffing that into the skin. So my first impression is there is a lot of coverage of this, it's giving good coverage, this foundation, which I really like. It's giving, kind of reminded me a little bit of like the MAC Studio Fix level coverage. We will put this over the eyelid, as this side we won't be putting any concealer, as it says it acts as a concealer as well. So that is blending out really easy with the brush, and it's not leaving like stripy marks or little brush marks. That's blending out really nicely. And we will go over and blend out this side of the primer, side that's pre-primed. The blending feels quite similar with the primed side, so I'm not feeling a massive difference at the moment, but once it's blended out I will be able to have a look and see. So guys, that is the foundation blended out. I really like how it looks on the skin. It says it's a matte finish, but it doesn't like feel too matte, and a colour match for my very pale skin, it's actually pretty good, that shade, which is shade beige. It's matched well. I think so far I'm very impressed with the level of coverage. It's covered my moles and taken away sort of the general flaws and evened everything out. I like the finish of it because it is as I said, like not so matte but not dewy, and yeah, I'm pretty impressed at this stage. What I'm going to go in now with is taking a little bit more of that foundation and popping it on this side under my eye where I would put concealer. As they say, this is 3-in-1, so I'm going to now put a little bit more under the eye just to give more like a concealer effect. The only thing about this acting as concealer as well, obviously you're not getting that sort of contrast or under eye brightening effect when you use a slightly lighter or a concealer. And then in the other side, which has the primer side, I'm going to go in with my LA Girl Pro Conceal. You guys know I love this concealer, and I'm going to just pop that under the eye so that we can really compare how the foundation wears as if you're doing it normally, like your primer and your concealer, and then see how it looks when you're just doing it straight up, acting as a 3-in-1 foundation, primer and concealer. And I'll take a little bit through the eyebrows with that concealer and a little bit down the centre of the nose. And we will pop a little bit of the foundation on the chin just to act as the concealer that I would normally put there, so that we see how it all looks. So to blend out the concealer, I'm going to go in with the Dampen Beauty Blender and just tap that out. So guys, from having concealer on this side and no concealer and just more of the foundation, the level of coverage is actually looking pretty good on both sides. So I will go and finish the rest of my makeup and then come back to you, and I will then let you know what I think of the foundation once I've got all of it on. But at the moment, having just foundation on, I'm really impressed with the level of coverage. So guys, I have finished off with some powder, some bronzer, some blush, highlight, eyeshadow, eyebrows and eyeliner. I also got this Max Factor False Lash Effect mascara in shade black, and I wanted to give it a go because this is also first time trying out this mascara, so I thought since I was doing the Max Factor foundation, it was a good time to try out this mascara. So I'm going to put this on my lashes and give you my first impressions. I don't normally do first impressions of mascaras, so I thought it was a little bit different. So first impressions, it is quite a big brush, so I feel like it's good for top lashes. I feel like it might be a little bit more difficult on the lower lashes to keep it neat. It is giving volume and making them nice and spread out, which I like. The comb is very fine little bristles, which is really separating. So guys, that is mascara done. First impressions of the mascara, very good. It does retail for I think £10.99, but I will link below all the products that I've used today. So yeah, I really like that, and actually on the lower lashes it gave a nice separation and wasn't actually too clumpy, which was good. So I haven't done my lips yet. Another Max Factor product I bought, again, hadn't really tried much Max Factor, so thought I would give one of their lip products a go, and it's this it's a lip gloss in shade 30, Captivating Ruby, and it looks like this. It's a nice bright red lip gloss, but the thing I liked about their lip glosses when I was in Boots, they looked like they were really pigmented as well as being glossy, which I like, because then you can just like put the lip gloss straight on and you don't have to put a lipstick or anything else under it, which is cool, nice, quick and easy. I think these retail for like £8.99, so I will give this a go as well, first impressions. So nice and red, it's giving good coverage and a nice sheen. So guys, that's the lip gloss applied. It's really lovely and it doesn't feel sticky, which I like, and it gives a nice sort of medium level gloss but a lot of colour, which is good. So it's not like wet look lips, it's definitely more just a medium gloss but with really good coverage. So really like that. So back to the foundation review. So now I created this little like sort of turquoisey and sort of browny beigey eye look, which thought was sort of kind of spring-like, as we will soon hopefully be into spring, and thought it was kind of like just a little bit different than I normally do. So back to the foundation that we are reviewing, and it's the Max Factor Face Finity All Day Flawless. I really like the foundation. I think from having, this is the prime side with concealer and this is the side just with just foundation, I am really impressed how the foundation feels, how it's gone on. Like, it literally, I didn't put a primer, I didn't put concealer, and I feel like the coverage level, and one of my problem areas definitely is my dark circles. If any of you watch my videos, you know how much I'm super pro concealer, and I really feel like actually just the foundation alone has given really good coverage, so very impressed with that. I'm very impressed with how it feels on the skin. Like, it sits really smoothly on top of the skin instead of sitting in fine lines. I love, it gives a very flawless finish without looking cakey. So I'm really impressed with this foundation. It feels really beautiful. Whether you want to wear it totally by itself, I think that totally works. Or if you want to put a primer and concealer on, that also works. But I feel like it definitely does what it says. You can literally whack this on, and for me, I personally found it's really great. It's giving like as if I have primed my face and I have put on concealer. The only thing I would say is if you want to do sort of brightening under eye, obviously this doesn't really give any brightness, so you might want to do a little bit more baking or maybe put a slightly lighter colour powder onto your eyes if you want to brighten up further, if you normally use concealer to do that. So guys, I'm definitely giving this foundation a big thumbs up and really love this and will be wearing it a lot. So guys, thanks for taking the time to watch my video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful, and do stay tuned for my next videos, as I do release normally 1 to 2 a week. And yeah, I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch it and subscribe to my channel, and I hope you guys have a really great week. Bye!